Some of the smartest people I've ever met never finished their PhD. 5, 6, sometimes 7 years of work, and they got stuck right at the end. And it wasn't because they weren't capable, it's because they were doing something that shuts people down right before progress begins. And I'll show you how to fix it before this video is over. Hi, Dr. Dave here, the GardenShrink. I'm an old psychologist with fresh insights into how growth actually works in the garden and in life. Join me on a journey to increase the harvest out there and in our personal and professional lives. Whether you're just thinking about gardening, an old hand, or simply someone interested in psychological advice minus the copay, I've got something for you. So come on, let's grow something real together. In grad school, we had a name for it, ABD, all but dissertation. They did everything except the last part. And over time, I realized they weren't stuck because they lacked ability. They were stuck because they were trying to hold the whole mountain in their head. The size of the work shut them down. So I started telling patients something simple. Don't look at the mountain, just take a step.
Yeah, that step better be in the dirt or you're just standing there talking about it. And talking like thinking ain't doing.
I had a friend once watching someone drive. They were hesitating, overthinking every turn. He said, "Come on, man, make an effort." And I've been saying it to clients ever since. Make an effort. Do something, even if it's wrong. Don't replace action with thinking. Speaking of which, I didn't plant this, it just showed up. But I did plant this. Same garden, same soil, same season. One by accident, one on purpose. And both are growing. And this is exactly what the planting season teaches. And that's the part most people miss. Growth doesn't wait for you to be ready, it just responds to what gets planted. You don't start with a full garden, you start with one seed, one transplant, and then another. You don't need perfect clarity, you don't need full commitment. You just need to plant something, even if it's wrong. Now, I am not a car guy. So when I go to buy a car, it's overwhelming. But something interesting happens. I think and plan a little. I read a little bit. But then when I walk into the lot, I listen to the questions the salesperson asks, and suddenly I start to understand what matters. Not everything, just enough. So when I go to the next lot, I'm not starting from a zero anymore. The first step doesn't just move you forward, it teaches you how to take the second one. And I didn't become a car expert, I just became less lost. Most people have it backwards. Clarity doesn't come before action, it comes from it. You can't learn to grow just by thinking, you've got to get a little dirt under your fingernails. And psychology has known this for a long time. Feelings don't always lead your behavior, sometimes your behavior changes your feelings. Don't wait on motivation, it might be late or even a no-show. Motivation often follows behavior, and that's backwards from how most people live, which means you don't have to wait to feel ready. Every time you plant something, every time you try something new, it moves you one step closer, or it becomes compost. And like experienced gardeners know, compost improves the soil, which increases the harvest, not just this season, but for years to come.
Long as you don't keep throwing it away, you need to recycle it. That's how you build a good garden and a good life.
And speaking of early, if you want a fall harvest, you have to do the work in spring, even before planting. The cleanup, the prep, repairing fencing and trellises, amending the soil, preparing beds. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't love this part. It's work, and sometimes I procrastinate and I delay, I put it off. But this either leads to more work later on or a reduced harvest. So this year, I made a deal with myself. Just 1 hour a few days a week after work. Not a 12-hour marathon Saturday, just a little at a time, that's it. Because slow and steady often wins the race.
Most people don't plant because they're waiting to feel ready, but readiness is overrated.
Planting creates readiness. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need full confidence. You just need one small step in the right direction. But once you plant something, you got a new problem. Now you have to protect it, because if you don't, something else will take its place. And it will. Now, you don't have to change your whole life today. You don't have to climb the mountain. You don't have to plant the whole garden or write your dissertation all at once. You just have to take a step. Plant something. Don't be the person who almost started or the person who got 95% there. Plant intentionally, be consistent, no regrets.
Ain't no harvest without some dirt on your hands in May, some sweat on your brow in July, and sore muscles all season long.
And if you want to keep what you plant from getting overrun, the next videos matter, because planting is one thing, protecting it is everything. See you later, friends. Keep tending what you're growing.